Are you playing it too safe and getting nowhere fast? Are you stuck in a comfort zone and just hoping to have a mistake-free, loss-free, and stress-free life? It may sound like the good life, but it is actually the no-life way to go. The need for security is one of the things that keep us from taking risks. Risk-taking is generally not encouraged, and for good reasons too. Taking risks is stepping out of our personal comfort zone. But we have to understand that mistakes are and always will be part of our lives. We have a need as human beings to want to stick to the familiar and predictable. We like things we can control and know well. But as Helen Keller said, security is mostly a superstition. It does not exist in nature, nor do the children of man as a whole experience it. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Our overprotectiveness of the people we care about is exactly what keeps them from living a truly satisfying and successful life. This concept is nicely shown in the book The Serpent's Shadow by Rick Riordan, where Carter and Sandy Kane are talking to their father, the host of Osiris, about releasing Set into a system on destroying Apophis, the god of chaos. Then had arrived. The guards were intimidating enough. 6 red-skinned warriors with guillotine blades for heads? Even without them, I could tell Senna was dangerous when the glowing hieroglyphs spiraled around like the rings of Saturn. A collection of anti-magic symbols like suppress, dampen, stay shut up, powerless, and don't even think about it. Senna inclined his head toward the throne. Lord Osiris, all this fuss for me you shouldn't have. Kambosa, son of Ramses, my father said calmly, you have been sentenced to oblivion more than once. The first time you managed to plead for a reduced sentence, volunteering to serve the pharaoh with your magic. Yes, unskilled labor, my lord. It would be a crime to destroy me. Yet you escaped and run. You killed your guards and spent the next 300 years sowing chaos across Egypt. It wasn't that bad, just a bit of fun. Enough! You are done. I am the host of Osiris now. I would not tolerate the existence of a willing like you. Even as a spirit, this time you are out of tricks. Amid yipped excitedly. The guillotine guards chopped their blades up and down as if they were clapping. Master Setnet, he threw back his head and laughed. My father looked stunned. The outrage. He raised his hand to tighten the ribbon of Hathor. Setnet said, wait, here's the thing. I'm not out of tricks. Ask your children of them. They need my help. Dad, he's right. We do need him. My father turned toward me. I could practically see the grief and rage rolling in his eyes. He lost his wife again. He was powerless to assist his brother. Dad needed to serve justice on the supposed magician. He needed to feel that he was doing something right. Dad, I know you love us. I know you want to protect us. But you risked everything to give us a chance at saving the world. Now it's time we did that. This is the only way. Setting to face my father. When you say Osiris, it's a chance to get your wife back, defeat Apophis, restore Bes's soul, save the world. All I ask for is when I come back, the court take my good deeds into consideration when you sentence me. How fair is that, huh? Dad looked at me. I could tell he hated this plan. But Setna had tempted him with the one thing he couldn't pass up. The chance to save our mom. He put hooks in all of us and reeled us in like fish from a sacred lake. But despite the fact that I knew we were being played, I couldn't find a reason to say no. We have to, Dad. Yes, we do. May Maya protect us all. Through the whole trial, Sandy's father, the host of Osiris, had to overcome his overprotectiveness over his children and the world from the dangerous magician Setnet. But eventually he understands that giving custody of Setnet to his children was the only way. Such risk-taking can be thought of as desperation. But we should do is be willing to make mistakes, hold unconventional or unpopular positions, never be afraid to take on a challenge, and always keep focused on their dreams. Such traits are seen in the book Epic by Eric Connor, where people live in a government that distributes wealth and power according to your status in the computer game called Epic. Eric, the main character, decides to fight the legendary dragon weeks before the arena fight exam that will determine whether he will earn a spot in the academy. All the way home, they argued. It was mainly BE against Bjorn. From Bjorn's point of view, the experience just confirmed that they would be wiped out by something unexpected. There were simply too many unknowns when fighting a dragon. But BE was thrilled. The fight had proved that the strategy could work. Do you not see? BE attempted for the one last time to sway Bjorn. We are on the verge of being the richest people in the world. Can you honestly live your life and not wonder what would have happened if you had tried? Suddenly, Bjorn turned to Eric and stared at him with a fearfully solemn face. I trust you, Eric. Tell me, in all truth, can we kill the dragon? Or is this just all desperation to see Harold again? There was a long pause, and Eric felt the pressure of his friend's attention. Yes, we can slay Ainrat. If Eric had decided to continue his life as a patient player like his friend, he would achieve no more than just a farmer like his parents. However, with the risks that he took, he was able to overthrow the government and allow the world to recover from the computer game. Another aspect of risk taking is how well you calculate your risk taking, meaning you take consideration of the mistakes you might make and how you might be able to avoid some of them. Joan W. Holt once said, if you're not making mistakes, you're not taking risks, and that means you're not going anywhere. Making mistakes is part of taking risks, and it is part of our growing. The key is to learn from your mistakes and keep moving ahead. We can understand why mistakes are a good way of learning to improve ourselves when we look at the solemn mistakes we knew we were making by Straight Light Run. And all our sins come back upon us in the end, to hang around and tap us on the shoulder and smile sadly. It's all implied. You'll die trying to live this down. You might as well forget it. Still, I'm convinced that wondering would have the worst thing there is. So we bottled and shoved all our regrets, let them ferment and came back to our senses. Drove back home and slept a few days. Woke up and laughed at how stupid we used to be. All these lines fall short of what I had in mind. A failed attempt to capsulize a feeling. So I just try, fail, and try again. Someday I swear I'm gonna get it. Because I'm convinced that giving in is the worst thing there is. We'll get over it. Sad, strong, sober. We'll move forward and know where we went wrong. But you can't go home again. Thank you.